Hello viewers, congratulations. This is another moment with David. My name is Fuadibayo David. Today we'll continue from my last conversation regarding how government, what my suggestive way for government to be able to, make the economic thrive and prosper. And in that, I've criticized the process of government saying they want to, give 75,000 for 3 months into like 15 million households. I don't believe that, spending over 500 billion naira doing that. And I've been suggesting way at which government can invest with this money. There are three problems in the country that government must focus on: unemployment, and we must increase what do you call it, your foreign earning. And that means that you must design a policy to industrialize the country and keep the country safe and make it attractive. So, I mean, 500 billion sharing it, I have said that it doesn't make any industrial sense. It doesn't make any viable, sustainable economic sense, logic, or solution to the problem. We must turn ourselves away from this begging mentality and begin to invest. You must speak from Bangladesh, who has invested in their textile industry, their apparel, and all that, cotton and all that, and they have become one of the most, in fact, not second, that has transformed their economy, whereby they've been able to employ 4 million people into that industry. Today, I've spoken about some opportunities that are available for Nigerians or the Nigerian government to key into. I spoke about tourism, that it can make it will make economic transformation, environmental transformation, and it will also bolster the social transformation, creating more jobs and attracting more foreign exchange. That's another thing, and it will also bolster our culture and our heritage. I've always said that government must learn to partner with states and local government to achieve most of these things. In my last video, I also spoke about small scale, medium enterprises and saying that government must work hard to invest so much in small scale and medium. These are economic transformers. These are industries that these small businesses are what transform. So if you can build up small industries, try to invest in small scale production, manufacturing, processing plants, supply chain system that are small. Before you now talk about, it's not all about trade, buy and sell. No, we need production, we need extraction, small mining company, small agro processing company, small production company, small packaging company that are domestically Nigerians, not Indian come and invest, America come and no. We need small medium. If government can pump money into this, and government said that based on the data that the government has been giving, they said we have 29 million small scale industry businesses. I think we should up the game to like 40, 50. Government should work with that within 5-7 years. Then I also spoke about an opportunity that is in the agri. Agriculture is very wide and the potential there is enormous. There are countries in the world that makes as much as $50 billion in exporting of agricultural products. We're talking about the US is one of their economic opportunities, it's one of their economic foreign revenue. You talk about Australia, you talk about Canada, you talk about all those countries. In fact, Russia is making over 100 and something billion when it comes to agriculture, from plantation to agricultural technology, equipment and all that. They made over $90 billion a year. So we don't even make up to that in oil opportunity, in oil revenue. But so if we explore that, if we are targeting 10% of that every year, that okay, agricultural production is going to bring this. It's not just going to kind of bring in foreign exchange, but it will stabilize the economy. It will create more jobs. It will bring down the cost of food prices. And when we talk about agriculture, like I said, it's very wide. Talk about the supply chain from equipment manufacturing, research institutes. I've said that government should look out to invest in research institutes. And now today I spoke about cocoa in my last video. I also spoke about the opportunity that is available in cocoa industry, in the cocoa market, global market. The cocoa global market is trailing down to about 45 to 70. It's about $45 billion, and now by 2027 it's said to be around $70 billion. So what is government doing about this? How is government trying to key into this opportunity? This is one of our foreign exchange revenue in the western region in the 60s and in the 70s. So government can key back into this opportunity. We can key and say in the next 5 years or the next 3 years, we want to start making as much as 5% of this, that is $3.5 billion. It will help our foreign exchange and it will help us widely and it will create jobs. What does government need to do? You need to invest before you start talking about export. Government should export big 10 states in the country, from Ogun State down to Delta and Edo. These people have the fertile land for agriculture, for cocoa. Invest heavily. If it's 55 billion naira every year, government should have that plan. 55 billion, 5 billion naira goes into research institutes that will help produce seedlings that will yield and grow fast. Now, I think IITA or Cocoa Research Institute have been able to come up with a variety that can grow within the next 3, 4, 5 years and start reaping, start sowing, we can start harvesting cocoa. So government should look into all those opportunities. I mean, if you invest, you create more jobs, and government should also design policies and investments that put funds into it in partnership with states. I said earlier, I said if you put 55 billion, meaning that about 5 billion will go to each state. Some of these states can bring in as much as 2-3 billion additionally, and with that they can create additional 8,000 jobs in each of these states or more, depending on how they look into it. If you do that consistently, but in the next 5 years we start reaping 3.5 billion, which if you look at it with the present exchange rate, that's about 3.7 trillion, 3.5 trillion. But let's hopefully believe that in the next 3 years dollar could have dropped to like 500 now. Let's just assume that. That means we are bringing about 700 billion naira into the economy, and we are just, it's not about just the revenue, it's about the job and the stability and the production that you have been, the job that you have been able to create across the supply chain. I think government should look at that. And today I'm talking about the wheat. Looking at Nigeria import bill for wheat is 1.7 trillion. So I think this is where the northerner must get it right. This is where they should place their priority right. This is an opportunity they should key into. This, I think, they should lobby with the federal government. Government should begin to look at how they can invest heavily in wheat. The lands are there. The vice president went abroad and he said that we have 70 million hectares of arable lands. What do you intend to do with this? I know that in Plateau they'll be able to come up with a seedling of wheat that can grow about 3.8 tons per hectare. So if that is possible, can we design 15 states in the north that can grow wheat? That is their core job. If you grow, because from what I'm saying, Nigeria consumes about 4 to 5 million metric tons of wheat, and this wheat, let me tell you, last year, despite the crisis in Ukraine made $5 billion exporting wheat alone. Russia makes $9.8 billion, $9.7 billion exporting wheat. So, and that's just one of it. So these are means that government can begin to generate revenue, even if in the next 5 years we can't export wheat. But if we can start investing as much as, government should be looking at investing as much as $100 billion in wheat. A lot of African countries go outside, talking about countries like Bangladesh, talking about talking about Egypt and so many other African countries. They go to, that's why you see that South Africa and some African countries, they needed to quickly sit down and go to speak with Ukraine and Russia, because this wheat, 30% of the export wheat is from these two countries. So they matter, they determine a lot of things in the economy. So government can do that. And all these farmers that have run away from the north have come to Lagos or Western region constitution trying to find a living for themselves, but they are struggling. You can sensitize them, you can invest in them, you can take them back to the state and harvest and cultivate lands that will do this, and we will reduce the pressure on our foreign exchange in saying that we are spending 1.7 trillion. So if you can invest 100 billion every year for the next 5 years, because wheat grows within 100 days to 120 days, let's say maximum 150 days. So if you can secure 5 million hectares, do you know what that we are going to go with? Let's even say that averagely we can generate 1.5. With 1.5, that means we are talking about 6.5 million metric tons. We can even begin to sell to other foreign countries, African countries, to generating more revenue within the next 5 years. And that's why. So I look forward to see government implementing policies that will do that, not just sharing, losing money around and just this begging mentality that we have created. I look forward that government can reach out to this. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. I will always come up with videos on development, economic opportunity, and the event happening in the world. We always make it simple for you. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you.